Hello everybody and welcome back to your favourite FIFA series on YouTube. It's Be a Goalkeeper, episode 32. Having a quick look at the table, you can see we're currently second place behind Man City, who still haven't lost a game, and at the complete opposite end of the table, Norwich haven't won a game this whole season so far. Only 8 games in, but they should have at least got 1 win by now. One last thing, if you could leave a like on the video, it really does help out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, turn your notifications on, and let's get into this episode.
Hello, it's me.
And the first game is against Tottenham Hotspurs at home, another London derby. Hopefully this one can be a lot better than the first one against Chelsea. And we do start off pretty strongly, 15 minutes in, but Paqueta is just offside from the pass from Adeyemi. But look how close this is. It is ridiculous. Look at that. To be fair, I think he's onside looking at that, but referee was against us, and that's all that happened in the first half. So not the start we wanted. It's absolutely dreadful. Nothing happened at all. 0 shots on target, or 0 shots in general.
Well, that was dreadful.
It just seems to be the way London derbies are played out. Super cagey, no one willing to take a risk to get into the lead. But not long into the second half, we do finally get into Spurs' box and get a shot on target, but Lloris makes the save. Again, Hazard this time tries finesse in it, but again, Lloris is there to make the save, push it out for a corner, and from that corner, Bowman's the header and finds that far post, loops it over Lloris, making it 1-0 to West Ham United. I do a little kick thing and celebration. I was too excited. Cannot believe we finally scored in a London derby when I have been on the pitch. But Bowen with a beautiful header, and you don't expect that from him. He's surrounded by 2 defenders, somehow gets in front of Romero. I think he somehow finds that far corner as well. Lloris is in all sorts of trouble, reaching for it, nowhere near it, tucks into that side net, and we are in the lead finally. This time Alonso tries a long ranger, and that is absolutely dreadful, shocking stuff on his weak foot. Spurs with their first opportunity of the game. I'm forced into the save and push it out wide for the corner. Spurs are definitely turning up the heat. They get another opportunity just over the crossbar though, but I was in no man's land, nowhere near it. Into the 80th minute now, and Spurs get one more chance, and they find the back of the net, and that is my face after conceding it. I cannot believe I've let this one in. In the last few episodes, I've made so many mistakes, letting so many stupid goals. He should not be scoring from there. The defenders in front of him, and I just leave that huge gap at the near post. Look at that, it's a horrible angle to concede from. Look, I've just stood there and I have no idea what's wrong with me. I've kind of just lost my mojo. I need to get it back. I need my swagger back. Only 5 minutes left of this game, and Lloris pulls out a worldie of a save, but look at the man, Romero again diving into the pool. I have no idea what that was. One more chance before the end of the game, and Hazard gets it, putting us 2-1 into the lead and saving my embarrassment. Once again, the strike force is saving me big time, but Hazard this time, his first goal of the game. He doesn't score too many, but when he does, they're very important. But look at the little pass from Adeyemi. Ball's played into my Camavinga, chipped up, little flick, and he hits it first time. But one thing I've noticed about goalkeepers, their positioning is horrible. Look at Lloris, he's in a good position, then turns and makes it impossible for him to save. Now say it with me. And then I get subbed off once more. Obviously, I didn't play too well. Only 1 save, 6.2 rated. Nearly made it to the end of the game. But either way, we went on to win against Spurs. Only 40% possession, but I don't care as long as we win. Into the next game now against West Brom, away from home in the Carabao Cup. I'm not too sure what round this is. I think it's round 5 or 6. Either way, we start this game on the right side of the pitch. Ball's played to Adeyemi, and he gets a goal already. 5 minutes on the dot. Ridiculous start from West Ham. And Adeyemi is on a goal-scoring mission at the moment. Nearly top goal scorer of the league. Quite possibly could be in the Carabao Cup, but look at that. The space opens up nicely. The centre-back over on the right side just stood near the byline for some reason. Left him the space. Goalkeeper should be saving it. Again, just dives out the way. Doesn't want anything to do with that attempt on goal. Lets it in. Now into the 10th minute. Adeyemi once more running into the byline. Pass across to Paqueta. He gets his goal, making it 2-0 in 11 minutes. West Brom have not turned up to this game. What are they doing? They're at home. They need to give their fans something to cheer about, but they're falling apart already. Look at the space once more. The centre mid chases down Adeyemi and leaves the space in behind for Paqueta to hit it first time. Left foot powered it straight past the keeper. I'm really not sure it could get much worse for West Brom, but we have a corner whipped in. Adeyemi on it. He finds the back of it with the header 15 minutes in, and we are 3-0 up. Called the game off already, ref. They don't want anything to do with us. Adeyemi with his brace, though. Look at his beautiful eyes, the perm, immaculate, you love to see it, but the ball's whipped into the mixer, and Adeyemi, there's 4 defenders around him. He's only like 5'9" or 5'10", he's not that tall, but either way, out jumps 4 defenders to win the header, powers it past the keeper, no man on that post, and 3-0 is the score at the moment. We are still not stopping. 25 minutes on the clock. Adeyemi
Stop! He's already dead.
gets his hat-trick. 24 minutes on the clock. 4-0 to West Ham. West Brom haven't even been in our half of the pitch. They have done nothing this whole time, had no ball possession, and we've just been so dominant. Camavinga to Adeyemi, first times it on his right foot. Keeper can't get across his line quick enough. Just unbelievable. Literally, referees end the game. This should be classed as bullying because we have been unrelenting in this whole game. It could get worse. Paqueta, but the goalkeeper makes a fantastic save. This time Camavinga, and he hits it ridiculous into his own heel. I don't know how he's managed to do that, but finally the halftime whistle is blown and we're 4-0 up, and then we get a little bug because obviously FIFA is the perfect game and not broken at all. 61 minutes and Adeyemi gets a super hat-trick or a haul of goals. Now 4 goals in one game is a ridiculous statistic, and Adeyemi's only like 22 in this game at the moment. Unbelievable for a striker to absolutely dominate a team. Paqueta with the pass. Look at that, centre back is nowhere to be seen. Gets caught out by a little run, left behind, and he hits it first. No, he doesn't. He takes a touch and hits it left foot, like toe pokes it straight past the keeper. 5-0. We could get worse. Paqueta hits the crossbar though, trying to get his brace, and then I get subbed out because I had nothing to do this whole game. One save, which was the ball dribbling towards me, not even an actual attempt. You can see 0 chances there. We do go on to win the game 5-0 and move on to the next stages of the Carabao Cup. Now onto another London derby, technically against Watford. This time we are away from home, and we are definitely bursting with confidence after that last game. And Adeyemi is showing it there with another goal 5 minutes into this game. He is just unbelievable at the moment. The form is ridiculous. Him and Paqueta carrying this team. Paqueta's involved obviously, and he hits it just outside the box. Keeper doesn't really stand a chance. The power and movement is there. Flies into that bottom corner. 1-0 against Watford. Watford do get a chance not long after a goal, and they find the back of net to equalise, and I am absolutely fuming with this one. I have no idea how I've let this one in. Another mistake. Let's count it now. It's like 10 in the last 2 episodes. It's an okay strike, but my position is horrible. Too close to that near post. Left that massive gap there. Can't react quick enough. It flies straight past me. All tied up now. Watford, 15 minutes on the clock. They get another one. I'm caught out once again. Mistake after mistake. I need to have a long, hard look at myself. Conceding terrible goals. Again, it's an okay strike, but again, I should be saving it. The defender closed him down, turns his back pretty much. He finds the closer post there, and it's a decent strike, but 2-1 down now. Not the start we wanted to this game, but it's 2-2 now. Bowen with an absolute belter, find that top corner. This game is a goal fest. 4 goals within like 30 minutes. An unbelievable game if you're a neutral, but this is a brilliant goal. The pass from Camavinga into, I don't know who that is, but he lays it off to Bowen, and he rifles that into the top bins. Brilliant strike on the bounce as well. Keeper tries in vain, nowhere near it in the end. 2-2. Watford now with another chance. And I may as well just retire. 3 shots on target, 3 goals, we're down 3-2. I can't believe what is happening in this game. 36 minutes on the clock. It's an okay run, but I've covered the near post. I charge out to close down the angle, and have a look. It's a little bit suspicious. Look at the animation. He hits it and I kind of limbo out the way. What is that? That is ridiculous. I probably wouldn't have saved it anyway, but look at this angle. It's horrible. I fully limbo out of the way of the ball. I've got a bad back after that one. It's ridiculous. Who understands these animations? Because I don't. But either way, 3-2, 40th minute, and now it's 3-3. What is going on? The goalkeeper is atrocious. We're seeing who's the worst one on the pitch at the moment. Paqueta with a long ranger. Ball's played to. He takes the little touch out and wellies it outside the D, straight at the keeper pretty much. And again, I think they've broken goalkeepers because this is ridiculous. 3-3 before the halftime whistle. I do finally make a save though at the halftime interval, and that is where the first half ends. What a half of football if you're not a goalkeeper. Moving on to the start of the second half, and I think it can't get much worse than that first one. I'm called into action with a save. This time I tried effort because I've got nothing to lose anymore, trying to get my rating up a little bit, but it's a poor one. This time Paqueta in the box, take a heavy touch and finds the back of the net. A beautiful goal, 4-3. Oh my days, this game has popped off big time. The pass from Adeyemi is a beautifully timed one. The run is perfect. Takes a little bit of a heavy touch, but he finds that near post and absolutely wellies it past the keeper. He started diving before the ball had even been struck, but 4-3. Adeyemi tries a long ranger. This time the keeper does pull the save off and push it out for that corner. Now to the 77th minute, Watford with a strike. This time I do put off a decent one, and then I get subbed off. 7 shots against, 2 saves, 3 goals against. Apparently Watford had 0 chances, so you can see how bad I did perform there. And finally I can catch my breath as we move on to the final game of the episode against Royal Antwerp FC in the Europa League, and this time we are at home. But if we do win this game, we have made it out of the group. We still have to play the last 2 games, but we've definitely made it if we win this game. Antwerp with the first opportunity of the game, which is a nice easy one for me to gather up, and now Paqueta in the box passes across to Adeyemi, and he scores. Obviously, I think he scored in every game of this episode. Like I said, he is ridiculous form. Maybe it's the perm, because he is outstanding at the moment. Him and Paqueta, as I said earlier, beautiful little run, charges into the box, plays it across, didn't even look at Adeyemi. He knows exactly where he's going to be and taps it in. Didn't have to well it as hard as he did, but he chose to use force. 1-0 up, beautiful start to this game. Antwerp with another decent attempt, which I'm forced into the save. It's okay save, and again this one straight at me.
Oh, no way, no way.
Bit of wrestling going on there. Now into the 28th minute, Paqueta to Adeyemi, hits it at the near post, and somehow it sneaks its way into the back of the net. Goalkeeper's had an absolute nightmare with that, but Paqueta to Adeyemi, and he gets his brace for goals. Paqueta with 2 assists, ridiculous run, ridiculous pass, and a ridiculous finish. Goalkeeper just shocking, near post overpowered. 10 minutes before the half-time interval, ball played into Adeyemi, the defender intercepts it, makes a mistake there. Adeyemi gets the ball back, finesses it past the keeper, and makes it free. Gets his hat-trick for this game. Ridiculous finish, this time on his right foot. And like I said, he is just unstoppable at the moment. He is inevitable. I think his Alderweireld with the mistake, an experienced defender, shouldn't be making mistakes like that. Adeyemi pounces on it and finesses it past the goalkeeper. David Moyes is absolutely chuffed with the performance so far. It could get much better. Adeyemi hits it just over the crossbar. We go into the half-time interval with the 3-0 lead. Antwerp haven't really done too much in this whole game. We've just been dominant, but they do get an opportunity at the start of the second half. I'm forced into save a decent one again, push it out for the corner. Now we're back on the attack. Camavinga lays it off. The ball bounces off the defender. We strike it just past the post. Now into the 70th minute, Antwerp in the box, little header, and another mistake from myself, losing my clean sheet, making it 3-1, and I don't know what to do anymore. I just make mistake after mistake. The ball is whipped in with quite a lot of pace, and the header is there, has the power from the cross and finds that near post. I am moving to my left and again dive into the goal instead of at a decent angle. Should be saving it, but I lose the clean sheet, and we're 3-1 in the lead now. It's a poor goal to give away, but that's all I've done for the whole time. But we do win the game 3-1. That's all that happened. 7.4 rating. Probably don't deserve a rating that high, to be honest, but that episode has just been all Adeyemi and Paqueta, the only 2 that scored, I think. Oh, Bowen did get 1, but what an episode from those 2. Paqueta and Adeyemi is just on ridiculous form, crazy stuff. But sadly, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, turn your notifications on, and as always, look after yourself, stay safe, and I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.